I also have a question from a couple of Lyme Institute friends.
Yes.
They both have Lyme disease.
Yes.
And they're wondering if you can speak to that, the themes of the disease, how you can help it.
It's a very important one because Lyme disease has started to take on huge proportions in the United States, especially in the West Coast and the East Coast where there's damp and green and moisture, where ticks that carry it like to live. First of all, let me say that not all ticks carry Lyme disease, or fleas or any of those things that come along. I would say that the most important aspect of that is that somehow we're not in our bodies. These bodies are brilliant. In actuality, they can defend themselves from bacteria, from fungi, from viruses, from scratches. They can heal themselves from poisons and toxins and all kinds of things if we simply in them and we feel and acknowledge the power that they have. But what happens to so many people is that they live their lives in their minds. They live their lives, even if they're outdoor people, how much weight am I carrying? How long will it be till I get there? They're not actually putting their feet on the ground, moving with the earth. They're climbing up the mountain, I spend a lot of time in Europe, and it's always interesting to me, all the people who are carrying their walking sticks, and they're going as fast as they can, for as long as they can. We need to stop, and be a part of what you're out here for in the first place. So your immune system will be much stronger if you allow the head and the body to come together. And one of those things, always understood by Chinese medicine, is a principle of energy called the Wei Qi energy. The Wei Qi is our defense energy, and it fits with what my higher self has been teaching about radiating light out, because it is the energy that comes out through our auric field, that comes out into the world. It's the energy that's used in Tai Chi or any of those martial arts that could, stop a bullet or change something. We say, as this is an expression that came from Europe, the bewitching hours, that at dawn and sunset are the times when the Wei Qi energy changes. At dawn, it begins to pulse and move out from the body, creating a strong vibration of you, your body, your consciousness in the world around you. As twilight comes, the Wei Qi naturally moves in. That's why in Chinese medicine, we never work healing or do any of those things that need to shift the body, because the body wants to pull in its protective energy or immune kind of energy inside so that it heals from the inside. Of course, in the world today, we never pay attention to that. And Chinese medicine would always say, well, for heaven's sakes, at least go to bed before 11. Because if you don't go to sleep before 11 or 12, by 12, you're out of sync with the pulses of night, with the pulses of the energy on the planet. But we don't pay attention to those things anymore. So we open ourselves up. So the theme of Lyme's disease, like most diseases, is the overwhelm. To let some little bug carry something that takes down a human, and it's a terrible, terrible disease because it debilitates you. But one of the interesting things about disease, when we look at it from a spiritual perspective, is that if you are really in pain, or if you are without energy, is what happens with Lyme's disease, you will no longer care about anything else in the world. You might feel helpless and alone, but you will begin to chatter inside yourself in ways that have to do with healing or activating your own energies. You will choose to get well or not, because you will either fight that energy or you will fall into it. So the gift of disease is to bring someone into their inner selves. So Lyme disease really very much can be healed. I will be brave and say healed. And in today's world, I'm so happy that many alternative healers are using some techniques, one of which I think is very useful, is called oxidative therapy. And it's when you introduce into the blood energies that kill the Lyme's disease and rebalance your blood. I have this done prophylactically. I wouldn't even say prophylactically, I would say for fun, because I want to pound my chest and say, I will live forever, I am very healthy. And the machine that is used for me has ultraviolet light. Ultraviolet kills bugs. Ozone, which stimulates the release of oxygen into the cellular level, so that makes the cells alive, which is the difference between old people and young people, how much oxygen there is in the cells. And laser, which again zaps or realigns the energy, awakens you to radiance, because that's what laser light is. It is light that is faster than we can see. It's white light. And so what I have done is I have a little blood taken out, I have it ozonated, fiddled with, shaken around a little bit, put back in, and in that way my body is nourished. So I would recommend anybody who has Lyme disease to start with oxidative therapy. Some doctors use huge amounts of vitamin C, the Myers cocktail it's called, so they inject the vitamin C into the body. That's very supportive in mass dosages. But again, with that, whether you're taking a medicine or you're drinking something or you're having something go on with your blood, your consciousness needs to be, this is for you, body. This is for you, body. And it makes all the difference in the world. Your body will align to that immediately. It will receive it, and it will use what you give it, and it will make itself well. After all, if we're not sick, on some level we're choosing it, not because we're bad or weak or we're not spiritual, but because there's a purpose in it. As soon as you get the purpose of it, the disease will go away. There is no disease that cannot be shifted. And that's something that we need to begin to focus on. I'm actually doing a book. Heaven knows when it will come out, but it's called Potential Body. And it's about not just, prophylactics or prevention, but it's about how we can nourish our body. And it's 1,000 different aspects or technologies that I've learned from around the planet, ways that we can actually do something that allows the body to get the message from many, many cultures. It's mostly a photographic book, so send light that gets out for this year, and let the Lyme disease disappear, because it's not needed. So what I would say is, trust your body, command in your body every night when you go to bed. And this is a silver mind control technique. You could do any variation of it. We use light at the Light Institute. We think that's the most powerful. But I always loved silver mind control technique. At the count of 5, I will wake up in perfect health. 1, 2, 3. At the count of 5, I will wake up in perfect health. 4, 5. I will wake up with perfect health. What are you doing there? You're using the power of the mind to control the body. And that's the way the energy works. Mind influences the physical body. Now, emotion, the emotional mind, completely overrides the mental mind. And that's why it's so important for us to look at the emotional aspects of any experience we have, so that we know how to come to the most powerful focal point of what we want in life. We're not here to be sick. We can get rid of it.
Thanks.